Welcome and thank you for taking part in the Fasten Off Yarn-a-Long by watching this video. We are interviewing Leela Frankencombe and my name is Marieke. Um, Today I will be interviewing Leela about her design business and her being part of the Fasten Off Yarn-a-Long. Leela, please tell us something about yourself.
Hi everyone, as Marieke said, I'm Leela. My design business is called Leela Mary Knits. I design mostly brioche patterns and mostly shawls, although I am beginning to branch out into garments these days. Um, I'm having a mental blank. um, I guess the Fasten Off Yarn-a-Long is something I've been involved with for a few years now, and I'm always happy to take part in it because I feel like the organizers go that extra mile to, make sure as many people can be included as possible and going out of their way, like doing interviews at strange times of the morning to take into account the fact that I'm in Australia, which is, a different time zone to most people. And they really do a good job of making everyone feel really welcome in the event and that it's really joyful and fun to take part.
Thank you for the high praise. We always love organizing the Fasten of Yarn along. Um, I was thinking, you might not know this, but this year we have several Australian designers join us.
Yes, I met a couple on Discord. That was very exciting. They're even not that far from me geographically.
So you can do a meetup.
Yeah.
So why brioche? Why do you specifically design brioche?
I just like it. Like the first time I knit a brioche pattern of someone else's, just something about the technique I really enjoy. The way you can get the two colors and you get a depth with the two colors sort of one behind the other. And I find that the sort of motifs I like sort of lend themselves to that technique. So, I mean, I have done a few patterns that are not brioche, but I don't know, like maybe two. I just keep coming back to the brioche because now I think when I'm designing a motif, my brain just goes automatically to that, and I'm not bored of the way it works yet. So
Good. So, what do you feel when other crafters make your designs?
that is the best part of the whole process, I have to say. Whenever I open up, Instagram and I see that someone's posted something and tagged me, I'm like, there's this little thrill because like a lot of knitters, especially because brioche is considered to be something that's a little difficult, I guess. And so when someone completes a project, they're proud of it and I'm proud of them. And it always looks really nice. They often choose colors that I might not have ever chosen, but, they generally look pretty good. And so it's seeing my own work in a new way every time. And yeah, so I'm just so proud.
What colors have you seen finished projects in that inspired you to use them in a next up design?
Yes, that definitely has happened. A couple of times I tend to, if I'm picking colors, I tend to lean towards like blues and greens. Those are my favorite. And then I tend to do like the darker color at the back as the contrast color and the lighter color at the front, and generally have like quite a high contrast between them. So one might be a cream and one might be a blue or something like that. But then when I saw what other people are doing, sometimes they'd swap the order of the colors so that the darker one's at the front, which is not the generally accepted wisdom, but it can look really good. And sometimes having like a lower contrast gives a different kind of effect. And so it just made me a bit bolder, I think, in the way I pick colors. So sometimes now, I go into a yarn shop or to my stash and I pick out the ones that I think will look good, like my first choices. And then I go, hang on a minute, let me not just go straight for this. Let me think of some other options and pick a few wilder choices and look at them next to each other. And sometimes I still go back to my first choice, but sometimes I don't, and that sort of has broadened my color palette a
Yeah.
little bit.
Stepping out of your comfort zone a bit.
Yes, and occasionally I'll, ask other people. Like sometimes if I'm ordering from a dyer and there's one particular color I really like, then I might say, what do you think would go with this? And sometimes the choices they come up with are not what I would ever have picked. But dyers generally do have a pretty good eye for color, so you can trust them when they say, I think this is a good option.
Yes, I also always ask my spouse what he thinks of a combo because he just looks at the colors way differently than I do. And then he always has a different opinion, and it makes me look differently because he also can say why he has that opinion. So,
Yeah, I
yes,
ask my parents sometimes actually, because my mum is also a knitter and she
yeah,
does knit brioche too. She's knit some of my designs, which I'm very proud of. And my dad is an artist. He paints, so he's got a really good eye for color. In fact, one of the shawls that I have next to me to show you later, she chose the colors because we were supposed to go on a family holiday and then it got cancelled at the last minute because we all got COVID. And one of the places we were supposed to visit was a yarn dyer in Tasmania, and I was really upset that I couldn't go. So the next time he went to Tasmania, he went on my behalf and picked out yarn for me.
well,
So
let's
that's
show the
also not colors
design.
I would have chosen myself, but I think they look really good. So
Show it to us because, well, we're
yes.
almost hitting the end of the call
Here we
already.
go.
So start showing.
This one. So it's the wrong way around. So it starts with this red, and then it goes into, let me put it up close so you can see it, like a
Yes.
more mauve color. And
Maybe
then,
put it a little bit in front of you because it seems to, yes.
oh, yeah, can you see that better?
Mm,
I don't know,
yeah.
it's a bit hard because it's got holes in it as well. So
Yeah.
it's,
We can
there's
see
actually four
the
colors in there.
lace. We can see the lace really good.
Yes. So this is my first attempt at brioche lace. You can see the holes. I still find lace knitting very interesting because it's like I did holes on purpose. But yeah, so there's four colors in here. You can see the first one here. The second one is a little lighter, and then a little lighter again, and then this paler one towards the end.
So yeah,
So
created a fade.
my dad chose those.
Well, gorgeous choice. I love that. I love a good red. Is
Yeah,
there
I don't
anything,
actually wear much red, so it's always interesting for me to, work with a color that I wouldn't normally pick for myself. So,
is there anything else you'd like to show us?
I have a couple of projects. Here is actually one I was talking before about letting the dye pick the colors. This was one where I picked this blue. If I put it close, you can sort of, the lighting in here is not great. It's a nice,
That's
really nice blue. It's got sort of purpley variegation in it. And there's this sort of salmon pink that the dye picked to go with it that I also never would have picked. I was going to go for a cream. So the whole effect is very different, I
it's
guess, when
gorgeous.
pink. So this one is published. That was published earlier this year. The brioche lace one I'm working on. Hopefully it'll be ready for testing sometime in the next sort of month or so.
If
Let's
anyone
see how it
wants
goes.
to test for you, how can they make sure they don't miss out on a test call?
So I test on yarnpond.com. It's the testing website. So you can look me up there, and I have a testing pool so that whenever I put out a test, anyone in that pool will be notified, and they can sign up to it if they want to.
Great. Is there how do makers stay in touch with you? Do you have a newsletter? Can they follow you somewhere?
So I am on a few different social media channels, but the best one's probably Instagram. That's where I put most of my effort. And I do have a newsletter. You can find it. So I have a website. You can find the link there, or it's in my bio on Instagram. And
We
so
will
you can
put the
sign up.
links in the description box.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Leela, for joining us in this short
My
one-on-one
pleasure.
interview. Is there anything you would like to add really short?
Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying the Fasten Off Yarn-a-Long.
Thank you again. Thank you, watchers, for joining us. The Fasten Off Yarn-a-Long keeps going until December 31st, 2025, and it's never too late to join. So do check out our schedule for more events and activities. If you're seeing this video at the end of the event, make sure to sign up for our newsletter so you will be informed when the next event will be. All the links we mentioned will be in the description box below. Thank you again, Leela, for joining, and happy stitching.